Hello, good evening and welcome to the Little Farmer's Farm with me, Guru Mafinda. Now, I was going to be doing some flagging, some paving tonight, but I've got something wrong with my neck. And I was lifting these compost bags that I picked up from B&Q on the way home tonight. And it's hurting when I'm lifting. So I don't want to be doing these massive paving slabs tonight. Although I was going to get some assistance from Peter, one of our viewers and a local guy to us, Peter. He offered to help us with the flagging, but I'm just not up to it. That shoulder's hurting and the neck's hurting as well for some reason. I must have been lying funny on it and trapped something. So I'm not doing that tonight. I was listening to the radio and I've been doing some investigations, and according to Oxford University, the Great Tit Study from Oxford University, spring is officially now about 2 weeks. Earlier than it used to be in the 1940s. So because of that, I'm going to take a risk. I'm going to tempt fate, and I'm going to put our potatoes that were growing in the polytunnels, I'm going to put those outside into the beds, into that bed, that one, which has got the membrane down on it, and because I need to clear some space, I'll show you. Okay, so there's the 12 potato plants in here, and it's too warm for them really in here now. We're getting a little bit of leaf curl on them, and that's because it's too hot inside this polytunnel. It was fine for them during the period of time when they were coming on as early potatoes, keeping them in here. It was good for them really, but now they need to go outside and be watered more regularly. Now hopefully, if Oxford University are correct, we shouldn't get any more frost, and we can put the potatoes into that bed there. I'm going to clear those weeds out first, and we'll get the buckets into that bed over there, because that'll take 15. I'll take 15 of those buckets and they can grow on there. So let's crack on. So another reason that we need to clear them out from here is because these are cucumbers. And I need to get 6 of those cucumbers that I've got there. Altogether I've got, I've got 10 cucumbers, and 6 of them at least are going to be going into here. 6 cucumber plants are going to go into that bed there, so I need to get these out of the way so that I can get those this weekend into there, because they're definitely outgrowing these pots. I was going to pot them on, but I'm not going to do now. I'm going to get them out and I'm going to get them in, because they're ready and they need some nutrition. So once they're in this bed, I can start to feed them then with the comfrey feed and whatnot, and get them off and going. Okay. A raised bed potato bed, that, using the Tesco cut flower buckets. At the back we've got the Ulster Prince. So I've got 3 buckets of Ulster Prince, 2 seed potatoes in each of the buckets. These carry about 20 litres, so each one's only getting about 10 litres of growing medium. So we've got 3 of those. We've got 3 of the Red Dukes of York. We've got 3 of the, what were these ones? These were the Accord, weren't they? These are Accord. And then these are out at the front of the Pentland Javelin, which are always about 2 or 3 weeks behind. They are still a first early, but they're about 2 or 3 weeks behind with the chitting and the sprouting and the growth. And then at the front we've got the Pentland. We've got some Swift in there. These were the ones that were in the original tiki tunnel, and these have been in the longest. The 27th of February they went in. So February, March, April, we're into May now. So they've got about another 2 or 3 weeks to go then. But you can see there that the Red Dukes of York, the original first of the Red Dukes of York, are getting flowers on. Once the flowers come on and then go off, the stems start to die back then. So the full life cycle is about 15-16 weeks for these under normal circumstances, but they'll be ready for taking at the end of this month, at the end of May. They'll just have more tubers underground that could possibly swell up So I might leave them a little bit longer, but it's yet to be decided. 12 weeks will be at the end of May, the end of this month. Something like the 25th of this month. So just basically, yeah, it's going to be like 3 more weeks. It's the 5th today, the 5th of May. Yesterday was Star Wars Day, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. Which we missed because I couldn't get down last night. We were otherwise engaged last night. I couldn't make it down. I'm sorry for that, because I did say I was going to come down every night this week, didn't I? But I didn't manage it last night. Anyway, they're in there now, all the potatoes, and I've got to get some weeding done in the Lady Farmer's polytunnel in preparedness for the weekend, or even tomorrow night when I get those cucumbers in. So yeah, we've got some weed action in this bed. And lo and behold, would you believe it, it's horse's tail. Horse's tails all over the flaming place in here. So I'm going to move that netting. One of the fantastic gentlemen from up there gave us that netting. And it's practically, I think it's a full roll of netting to do the tents with. I don't know what the width of it is, but if that's a double width one, that's going to be ideal. But we'll see. We'll see what happens for Bradley's new cage. Bradley's cage Mark II. That we're going to be potentially doing. I've got to get the letter in for that as well, guys. So I'll get all this off here now, and we'll get a good weeding done. Okay, so that's weeded, thoroughly weeded. I'm leaving it like that until I decide what amendments I'm going to put into the soil. It's definitely going to have some calcium going in there, probably in the form of bone meal, or maybe even the eggshells going down the middle. Mix that in with a little magnesium. Get the roots off and going. I want some potash as well, though. I wonder if I've got any potash. I'll have to check. But it's going to have some amendments going in there. It's going to have a bit of nutrition as well, in the form of the nutrition from the nitrogen going in there, but not too much. What we want is the fruit. We don't want too much leaf. We want the fruit. But then the leaf does assist the plant in general, you know, to get its energy from the sun for growth. So it's a balancing act, really. But we want some potash. We want something for the fruits. We certainly want something for the roots, and the ability for the nutrition to be drawn up through the stems and what have you, and that's what the calcium will help to do as well. So stay tuned for that. That's going to be happening either tomorrow night or this weekend. Tomorrow's Friday night. I'm trying to get an hour done every single time I come down. I've done, because I didn't come down yesterday, I've done an hour and a quarter, so I'll probably do about an hour and a half or something tomorrow night, just to try and catch up and keep on top of the weeding, keep on top of the planting, because it's planting time now. And I may well get the sweet corn in this weekend too. But certainly the cucumbers are going to be going in. Maybe even the tomatoes too. I'll have to decide what I'm going to be doing with these French beans. I might see if I can get those French beans, maybe, in front of the cucumber plant. Yeah, if I can get those cucumber plants sort of planted in between these stations, so I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll have 7 cucumber plants in here. Okay, and then we'll get the French beans planted to the 4, close to the front of the bed. Get them planted in there. We've got those 6. I've got 8 altogether with the French beans. So yeah, the cukes in there, maybe the French beans in front of the cukes to fill this space in front. Because they don't grow very high, the French beans. They only grow to about not even 2 feet high. So that won't restrict us with our access to the cucumbers that I'm going to trellis up here. I'm going to trail the cucumbers up these. I wonder if it might be overplanting the cukes, that though, if I get 7 in there. Probably not. I mean, I had 5 in there last year, plus 2 big tomato plants in here. So yeah, 7 should be fine. Should be okay. And then the other 3 will be dotted about in other locations, like in those beds over there, in the tunnel, and also in here. In fact, I might put the 3 cucumber plants, the 3 other cucumber plants in there. I'm going to debate about that. You'll find out on the weekend whether I go for 6 in the Lady Farmer's tunnel, and 3 in there. 3 tomatoes in there. I don't want to overcrowd them this year, because they did get overcrowded and it was difficult to prune them all and keep on top of that. You know what I mean? And I might go for 2 in each one of these, 2 tomato plants in each one of these, so there'll be 6 in here. 3 in there. I'm not going to go crazy with the tomatoes this year, but 3 in there, 6 in there. It's decisions, isn't it? 3 cukes on that side, maybe. One or the other in those 2 beds that are inside. Oh God, I'm nearly breaking my neck there, boys and girls, on the step. Like a lunatic. But yeah, I mean, if you remember the other day, I thoroughly and completely weeded that. Got all the bindweed out of it, got all the horse's tail out of it, got all the nettle out of it. As best as I possibly could, down to the base. Look at that swine. Little cabbage white, a lesser cabbage white butterfly that was. There he is. We'll keep him locked in here, I think, so he can roast to death. So yeah, we'll find out on the weekend, won't we, guys? Take care of yourselves and each other. I love you all. I'll catch you tomorrow, hopefully. If not, I'll see you Saturday. But I'll try and make another one for tomorrow night, get some more work done. Alright, keep growing with your heads down. And don't forget to comment, like and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. If you are a subscriber, hit that bell notification button so you don't miss another exciting episode with me, Guru Mafinda, down here on the plots. Alright, take it easy. Bye bye now, boys and girls.